Good morning, good afternoon, good day to all of you, wherever this webinar finds you. Thank you so much for your time today and for joining us. We really appreciate it, and we look forward today to sharing our know-how, experiences, and some actionable takeaways that you can take with you at the end of this 30 minutes webinar about how to make the most of your trade show using online business development tools, your website, and online marketing notably. But we've got a little bit of a packed agenda for today, so I know we've all had a lot of Teams and Zoom calls recently, so we're just going to try and keep this short and packed with information. You will receive a recording of today's webinar with the slide deck. We promise that, but please do send us your questions. We'll try and save a little bit of time at the end for Q&A. If we don't manage to, we'll get back to you all individually over the next couple of days. So the question is there, the question box, please do send it in, and then we'll try our best to keep on top of it. So before we get started, as I can see there are still a few of us logging on. I just wanted to start with a few quick introduction. First of all, who we are. I just wanted to start with IBT Online. So we are a US-based company, although from the accents you couldn't tell here, but we are 100% focused on helping companies, helping American exporters get online tools they need, so website and online marketing, to really grow the business globally, whether domestically or internationally. So we've been around for just over 20 years, and we're very proud of the programs that we've developed, notably our online global programs, which have been designed to, as I said, support exports in helping them grow export sales, brand, and business through leveraging today's technologies. And we have a lot of resources on the website today. We'll be focusing on how these business development tools, digital tools, can help you with trade show, but there is a lot more than this program can do. So do take the time to go in and read through that. But, without further ado, a little bit of an introduction to who you've got on your webinar today. My name is Joelle Lazzarotto. I'm the Online Marketing Director for IBT Online, and I'm very pleased to be joined today by Ava Mitzi, our Online Video Manager, who will be sharing some pretty cool top tips on how really to leverage video for your trade shows and potentially beyond. We'll know. Awesome. As I said, we have a little bit of a packed agenda for 30 minutes, but we'll be going through a bit of an introduction about why trade show, why we're still talking about trade show after everything that's happened. And then we want to split a little bit into giving you, we talked about actionable takeaways, and we thought the best way to do so is to have a look at what you need to know before you go to your trade show, whilst you're at the exhibition, and then even when you come back, really making sure that you can maximize your investment, your time, and your resources around large or even small scale trade shows. And then we'll have a look at takeaway. And again, as we said, the Q&A might have to be via email if we don't get to respond to all of you today, but keep them coming in, please. We look forward to discussing further. Perfect. As we said, trade shows are back, but very much so they look different to what they did pre-pandemic. So the industry has changed dramatically. In 2020, almost overnight, thousands of very costly anticipated events were cancelled, or maybe rethought. Some of it went hybrid, some of those went fully digital at the beginning. So just like we all got used to working remotely, through the crisis, maybe actually was probably a catalyst for an overdue change, a positive change in how we approach events. So just a couple of stats before we get, we dive into the bulk of the trade show webinar today. We've seen in 2022 35% increase from 2020 in attendance and investment into trade show, but that is still 40% down to what it was pre-2020, so pre-pandemic. So it's quite a big telling number. And companies, from what we've seen, seem to be more selective. So data, shows that only the biggest or the more pertinent shows tend to be chosen. And this has had an impact. So it just really means that the really, big fish in your industry, so to speak, may not be all of the same shows. So you have to be selective, you have to choose. How do you choose? But most importantly, how do you make the most of it? And what's become clear is that the best way for exhibitors to showcase their products and services does remain in-person events. We all love to get a demo, we all love to get to meet people, but we do think that hybrid is actually here to stay. So COVID, but also a more environmental conscious, business habits, increased international risks. All of this going together with the growth of online anyway in every market, the US, but also globally. In 2022, just to give you some numbers, 5 billion out of the 8 billion population on the planet are online. And the average time we spend, and I'm guilty of that, online is nearly 7 hours per day. And a lot of that, nearly 2.5 hours, is on social media alone. So by 2025, research from Gartner has actually indicated that 80% of all interaction in something like B2B sales will actually take place in the digital world. So trade shows have excellent buying authorities. They're here to stay. But what we want to concentrate today on this webinar is what tools do you need to make sure that you don't just attend the event, but you can really make sure that you leverage the full scope of what those events can give you. And on this, I just wanted to put this into perspective. We talk about events, but here I want to talk about events as a marketing event. So trade show, whether in person or hybrid, are important for loads of reasons, but they are a major event. And as a marketeer or salesman person would know and would probably see this aligned with the tactics, events drive the buyer's journey. So you can really support that buyer's journey by being present, sharing information, following up with them. So these are excellent marketing and sales and business development tools. But digital solutions, we feel, are the key to trade show success. And why this is? Well, whether hybrid or in person, your prospects and your clients will expect you to have a digital presence or a digital strategy. They will expect to have a website to refer to. Afterward, they will probably check your social media. They will try and follow you. So they would want you to provide an experience to your prospect where they can reach you and connect with you in different ways when they're ready or when they have a question. And this is actually becoming more and more true for trade shows. So as you'll be meeting prospects, at every different stage, someone might be new to your brand, you might already have a proposal out with them. All of these people will then need to get in touch with you again. And digital strategy will help you create more opportunity to connect with them. And we'll go through in the next few sections what this digital solution can be and how to really leverage them. But first of all, we can't talk about trade show without talking about return on investment. We all know, and we can't deny it, trade show, unfortunately, are expensive. You have the cost of the booth, but you also have everything that goes in the collateral. You've got to get your material out there. You've got to get your team out there and spend time. So it's not just the actual monetary value, but there is also manpower and everything that goes into that. So one of the main questions that we get asked, and sometimes we probe and ask, is it really worth it? The best way to find out is to make an ROI projection and looking at your budget, calculate your projected return on investment, and then looking at what that means for your budget or for your business, and see how many of those would make sense throughout your calendar year. So having said that, we know that in addition to the fund investment, as we said, there is a lot of work that goes in the preparation. So what we're hoping to share today with you, not meaning to put anyone off trade show here by any means, but really we want to dive into our agenda for today, hoping to share those actionable takeaways that's going to help you make the most of your trade show, not just as you reach a trade show, but also making sure that you have the right resources to get the right visibility and the right follow-up, really making the most of that investment and multiplying your return on investment accordingly. So before we dive into what your pre-show tactics could look like, I'd like to just turn it around and hear a little bit more from who we have attending today. So I'm just going to launch a very short poll here. And what we'd like to hear a little bit more from you guys is, will you or your company attend any trade shows in 2023 if you've already done it? And then we've got a few options if you're just considering domestic, if you are doing both international and domestic, or if you're sitting them out for this year, just trying to see what happens. And I can see the vast majority is definitely attending trade shows. And we have probably 2/3 of people that have joined us today doing both international and domestic. I'm very pleased to hear that, but a good portion as well doing domestic only. But we still have a few that are actually deciding not to engage with trade shows for 2023. So hopefully you'll take these on board and we might be able to help decision making for the future as well. I'll just give 2 more seconds. I can see we're still having a few more coming in, but that is excellent. Thank you very much for a very enthusiastic participation, and very interesting to see that trade shows, as we're saying, are very much still on the cards. So let's dive into what this would mean. So your pre-trade shows, there is a lot of logistics going on. You've got to decide the event, you've got to find, obviously decide your booth, commit to it. But pre-show is all about preparation and marketing. So the lead up to the event is a crucial time to set your company up for success, to really maximize your opportunities. And this is the time really to implement a very targeting marketing strategy, creating bespoke content that will then help you thrive and ensure a positive return on investment on that specific event. Exhibitors that leverage digital strategy and solution will actually be able, and we've seen this in real life, are able to present their brand and products in a more compelling way, network more effectively at the trade show as well as before, and then be able to nurture those leads in the long term. So as with any successful marketing strategy, you really need to identify what platforms are going to be key for you. And this goes back to who are you trying to reach? Where does your buyer persona engage throughout the year, not just a trade show? So this would be, key elements, aligning everything that you're doing with your overall business strategy. So if you usually are posting and you're getting really good results on LinkedIn, that's probably the good platform, the best platform for you to continue leveraging rather than spreading yourself out on other platforms on social media. But we have a few key and a few must here from our point of view. One is leverage and use your website, leverage and use your social media. And Eva will tell you all about this, but she's a very big advocate. Videos, leverage videos, use your videos, repurpose your videos. They are a fantastic tool for your brand and event attendance promotion. So we said, number one, your website. Your website really is your best sales rep. So a curated showcase of your product, and is your sales rep days live and working hard for you 24/7. So don't miss out on the opportunity to revamp your homepage, put a banner in about the show, create a landing page that tells people a little bit more how to find you, organize, book a meeting links. Your website can really be a catalyst for success at the show. So you can have a blog, you could have maybe a blog discussing your attendance, or a press release, or if you don't have a developer that can help you, something as simple as having the event mentioned on the homepage really can help enhance your SEO as well, but also create this event specific content and links to your website. And then we talked about social media here. I am a big fan of this, and I really do think that it can drive some significant engagement. So as per every marketing channel, social media requires a structured approach though. So don't just go out posting a couple of things about the event. You need to remember that you're reaching a wider audience. They might not be attending the event, but this is an excellent opportunity to build those connections, to show your brand to someone that maybe is not following your social media channels just yet, but is, by using mentions and tagging the event, you widen your outreach, and that's really going to have a positive impact on your brand reach and even your, potential new followers. So everything that we do on social media, as well as the website, really, we're always trying to ensure we're reaching the right people with the right message at the right time. So in this case, our objective is to maximize our ROI for the upcoming event. Social media is the moment to begin your engagement with the event, the attendees. And as I said, as a collateral, you also get engagement with people that maybe are not able to attend the event this year. So it really is a fantastic, a little bit more informal at times, manner to create connection and to be noticed ahead of the event. So we talked about a structured approach when deciding what content to create. Your objective here is to leverage your coming events, make it to your advantage. A lot of these days, the big events all produce media kits that you can use. They share with you the hashtags that they've used for the event, mention the event, really leverage this opportunity to get a wider reach, but also do stay on topic. You don't want to promote the event, you want to promote your products, your services, and your attendance at the event. So here we've just shared a couple of examples of a company who's been attending several conferences, rail conferences. So here was an opportunity with sponsored content to reach a very targeted audience that we knew is very likely. Historically, they have been at this event, really just showing them, letting them know what booth number to find you on, letting them know they can book a meeting with you, and really just build that excitement around your products, enticing them to, once at the event, choose your booth to visit across a very crowded market. So social media is a very powerful tool for your pre-event strategy. As we said, don't do this, haphazardly. The key of creating fantastic and relevant content is really to plan ahead. So creating specific content calendar that lead up to the trade shows or to the event really can help ensure that the content is appropriate, on message, on brand, and then goes out at the right time. So all ramping up and building the interest for the actual event and your attendance. So we actually recommend launching this content calendar 4 to 6 weeks ahead of the event, which doesn't mean that you need to post every day for 6 weeks ahead of the event, but there is just a build up, and then posts might get more frequent as you approach the event. They can be different in content, they can be different in style, but there is something to be said about having a structure plan that really covers the lead up to the event, incorporating maybe other opportunities the event organizer offers. Some of them these days offer, for example, pre-event meeting booking. You can have a portal to leverage. All of that can be dovetailed with your content calendar and your social media strategy. And we said the power of video. Eva will tell us a lot more about this in the next section, but I just want to mention, make sure you include videos in your content calendar. And why do we stress videos so much? Social media platform, but also your website, are increasingly video friendly. All platforms you're using for your business are optimized for video, and video just has a much higher engagement rate. So take, for example, LinkedIn. Recently, they've actually said they've announced that they see themselves as a content first and video first platform. Just giving you an idea of how important videos are. Video will always, the algorithm will favor video and moving images over text only or a standing image. In terms of what type of video you should include, we're trying to keep this interactive and dynamic. Social media is a very dynamic space. Your videos are really the perfect digital assets to leverage this opportunity. So here we can create something, for example, that would share knowledge on the topic, that would announce your participation, or bespoke videos to the attendees that you're excited to meet. And this can be sent directly, can be posted on the social media feed. But one of the things I want to mention is, and I know Eva will reiterate this in a better way, but don't be put off by the idea of needing to have a big camera crew that's coming in to shoot some footage, and then you need an editor. For something like social media videos, sometimes something that you can record with a nice iPhone and a good smartphone, get some good lighting, get a nice background, and you can really do wonders and then reuse these videos for your social media strategy. So the pre-event phase, again, is one of the best opportunities to make these informal dynamic videos. Is just really shows and builds up to the event, and helping people in a way expect what they are to see, what they are to meet when they come to your booth. So this is something that we've seen excellent returns from, and something that would very much encourage. So now we spent 4 to 6 weeks planning ahead for the event. What happens when we get there? And here I'll hand over to Eva to tell us where the show goes on.
Thank you so much, Joelle. Fantastic. So exactly, yeah, we've arrived at the show. Now is the moment to launch your event strategy, in which your exhibition, your booth, whether this is physical or virtual, as well as your team, need to make an impact and really stand out in the crowd. So what we're talking about today, we've made sure that all of these things, all of these digital solutions that we're going to mention, are very much important, whether the event is physical, whether it's hybrid, or whether it's virtual. All of the digital solutions here we're talking about can be leveraged and really should be leveraged for those events. So here, your trade show goals. The 3 objectives include, first of all, making a lasting impression. Second of all, capturing a wider network. And 3, turning your leads into long-term satisfied and returning clients. And of course, you can have nuances within that. And of course, you should have different KPIs within that. But these are the big 3 different goals that should be guiding and that are guiding your digital solutions and your digital strategy. So what is exactly your event strategy? Your event strategy, as mentioned, is of course determined on your industry and your objectives as a company. But as a best practice, it should absolutely 100% definitely include these 3 digital key elements. So number 1 is your bespoke landing page, which is your go-to resource for any prospect to learn more, to get in touch. Number 2, we're going to bring back the social media. And number 3, we're going to bring back the videos. So let's first discuss the landing page. Having a dedicated online landing page that is bespoke to the event that you're attending is in fact your number 1 priority. Take the time to design a very strong landing page which has relevant content for the event, situates your company's credibility within the industry, and also adds a form or a call to action so that the lead can get in touch. So it's an easy thing to send out as you want to learn more, here it is, get in touch, please put down your information. The landing page is crucial to all types of events, as mentioned, whether it's physical or whether it's virtual. So at the physical trade show, we encourage you to have a QR code on your stand so that a prospect who is passing by and perhaps not ready to engage with you yet can scan it quickly and be directed to your landing page to learn more about you. And of course, if the prospect you're talking to is really interested and wants to learn more, you can say, absolutely no problem, check out our landing page. For a virtual event, you should be using the landing page as a shareable piece of content. So if you're presenting or having a conversation with a prospect, you can share this link quickly in the message in the Dropbox so that the lead can learn more. The landing page is a really important part of that lead nurturing. And as you need to be creating and offering content that is right for where the prospect is at in their journey. You shouldn't be sending the prospect way too much information at this time, for example, and case studies and white paper and all this kind of stuff can be a bit overwhelming. So at this time, rather create a landing page that is succinct, well designed, and is a snapshot of who you are, what industry you sit in, and what makes you special. Next on the list is social media. We've already talked a little bit about using social media in your pre-event stage, but it's just as important when you're actually attending the event and really helps. So when you're at the actual event, it's time to connect with those prospects that you have been researching and connecting with in the lead up to the event. Now is the time to message these prospects to meet up, either virtually or physically, and continue to leverage your social media content to bring the event to your broader audience who are not attending. So at the event, you need to be posting content from the show itself. Your post could include photos, live streams of demos or keynote speakers. Your post could include your schedule, your booth location, etc. This allows your recent connections and your prospects that you're interacting with at the trade show to situate you, to learn more about you, but it also speaks to your wider audience and your followers. By keeping your followers updated with the trade show, you're providing them valuable information and generating interest in your company and your products. So use social media to encourage people to interact with you at the event. Provide your booth number, a location map of the show and where to find you, etc. And highlight who from your company will be there. By highlighting your involvement with the trade show, you're demonstrating your credibility and expertise in the industry, and this helps to build your online reputation even after the show has ended, as your hashtags and your content will appear for any prospect searching for the link for weeks to come. So it's just the gift that keeps on giving, really. I know I've already mentioned quickly QR codes, but this is something so important we think that it needs a little standout slide of its own. So this QR code takes you to the dedicated landing page, and this is an example of a booth, and this is crucial when your prospects are not ready to talk to you but want to learn more about you. The importance of the QR code is that you are enhancing that omni-channel experience that your prospect wants, as in a customer experience that is seamless and creates a unified vision of your brand, regardless of the channel that the prospect is reaching you on. Therefore, you're allowing your prospect to move easily between social media to your website and back again to social media in their own time, when they want to and when it's convenient to them. This is a more personalized and more adaptable approach that better fits the prospect. So your prospect can search and learn more about you in their preferred way. It's about giving them options. And the QR code is a really good example of that. So we think it's really, really good. Next is video marketing. And obviously, I'm a huge proponent of video marketing and videos and how powerful they can be. It's just really a no-brainer that today marketing is all about providing the best, most personalized experience for the customer. And that's where marketing trends are headed. And this means that videos are the perfect way to tap into this. People today prefer to watch videos as opposed to reading the content. So you should be including videos within your social media posts. For example, post a video of your booth set up with your colleagues, showing that you're there and ready to meet. Post a teaser of your presentation or your product release and share them on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter. Record a short video of you arriving at the event where your booth is located. All these videos help to build a strong affiliation between your brand and the event and boost your overall brand awareness. Here are some of the top reasons why videos are clearly a no-brainer for your marketing strategy. Number one is they're easy to share. So your sales team, your marketing team, your engaged clients, they can all reshare and spread the message. Number two, you have better engagement. That 30-second video will have a much bigger impact than a 20-page white paper. Number three, videos will boost your conversions and therefore your sales. According to Animoto's survey of 500 marketeers, video has the best return on investment when advertising for their business. Number four, videos help create long-term brand awareness. Number five, videos are a great return on investment. Today, you no longer need expensive film equipment. You can make compelling and visually stunning videos that boost your brand presence without too much spend. Number six, videos can be international and can really help when you have these international trade events. You can use videos on multiple language sites, and something that a lot of people don't realize is how important it is to leverage videos both domestically and internationally. So once you have your fantastic video, you can translate it, you can put some subtitles on, or you can use a voiceover with the language of the market that you're trying to reach. And this will allow you to reuse that video many, many, many times. So to dive a little bit deeper into the video space, what are the key videos to have at the trade show? What should you absolutely have in your back pocket? Well, whether it's hybrid, physical, or entirely virtual, here are the three most important videos that you really should have. Number one is your mission statement video. This is a big picture view of your vision, your unique story that helps situate your brand in the industry, but also highlights your unique products and qualities. Number two is your client testimonial video. These videos are your best championers. They can be 30 to 40 seconds in length and capture your brand values and the top benefits of leveraging your products or your services. And number three is the action or brand video. And this video is a visual storytelling. It needs no sound or audio, and it's the best video to play on loop at your stand and can tell your story visually. These videos can all be played at different times throughout the event. They shouldn't all necessarily be playing at once, but they are essential for you to have in your back pocket when needed. So for example, if a prospect asks about the benefits of your products, you can say, absolutely no worries, here's a client testimonial video. It does a much better job of championing your services. Nonetheless, we think that there is still huge value in having a video on loop at your stand, as videos can speak volumes to the prospect who doesn't want to speak to you directly or to your salesperson yet. Someone who is just walking by and gets that quick first impression of your brand through your video. And here's an example. Oh, nope, the next slide. There we go. Here, these are two examples of action brand videos. Two of our clients that wanted more videos, and these videos tell a really, really great story. So in both cases, you see the character and you see the voice of the company really quickly, and yet there is no sound, there's no singular speaker. It's just really great visual storytelling, and helps to build the brand awareness and demonstrate the quality of your products and your services. So when you're at the event, you can step out for a coffee, doesn't matter. Your videos will continue to do the work for you, and your prospects will continue to be delighted and see your brand and see what you're all about. Last but not least, just one quick more thing that I'd love to add, which is it's time to go live. Don't be afraid of it. Live is the up and coming trend today. More and more companies are tapping into live. Live video has become a really popular way to reach a broader audience and start a conversation. LinkedIn says that by going live, you get an average of 7 times more reactions and 24 more comments than just posting a native video. So we encourage you to go live at the event. These live streams should be a presentation, a demo, or just a Q&A opportunity, etc. It's a live stream telling them where you are and what you're up to. And what's really, really good about it as well is that it's usable, reusable content after the show has ended. So we recommend that you think about live stream. And if you're, for example, live streaming for LinkedIn off of LinkedIn, you can create a live that is not only for a specific audience that is attending the trade show, but you could also create a live event that is for a specific region. So for example, the trade show is happening in Miami. You could go live to people just in Miami, letting them know you're here and that you'd love to meet. That was just the last digital solution that we'd love to say is really, really powerful and strong when you're at your event.
Eva, that's great. Thank you so much. And I knew you were going to touch a lot more on video, so thank you so much for that. I know that we're closing in on the time, but there was, as I said, we have been ambitious with the agenda, but there are a couple of things before wrapping up that I just want to mention about post-event, because I do feel working with companies, working with exporters that go to trade show, that this is usually a little bit underrated. You go to the event and that's, you follow up with your leads and that's the end of it. So we just wanted to add a little bit more to this presentation today to really show, and to me really emphasizing that what happens after the event might be just as important as what you did to build up and then really attend the event. So from our point of view, in terms of digital strategy, you have 3 main elements that you need to consider. So number 1 is harness your CRM. You've met people, you got those business cards, make sure that they are into your CRM and that you can start following them, not just with one email, but nurture them throughout their buyer's journey. As we said at the beginning, some of them might be ready to decide. Some of them might not have been, aware of your brand before the event. So they might need a little bit more, TLC, a little bit more nurturing to get to that decision-making point. Your CRM, your customer relationship management, whatever tool you use to store information and follow up with your leads. And this leads to email marketing. Again, this doesn't just stop at the one follow-up email, sharing the information you promised them, but set up something that is an ongoing, having a nurturing campaign that really has that hook. You know who they are, they've been at that event, but then continue to send them information about your product, about your brand, about a new release, about another event you're attending. All of that creates those events or minor marketing events that we talked about. And again, gives them the opportunity when they're ready, when they have a question, to get back to you, get back in touch with your company. And all of that is, you can use, if you're short of content for those emails, leverage the content from the event. If you followed what Eva has just outlined for you, you will have some videos, you will have from live stream, you have pictures from the booth, but also anything that you've created, any collaterals, a brochure that you want to share, a specific, maybe a live demo video or a keynote speaker presentation, send it to them. They might not have seen it. Don't just assume that because they were at the event, they've come in contact to it, but also don't just use this to your, event leads. This could be something of interest to the full database, to all of your most recent leads in your CRM. So very much make the most of what you've created for the event to follow up with your leads, but also to enhance your marketing outreach, your nurturing campaigns, your follow-up campaigns with other leads from other sources. This is all fantastic collaterals you've created. And here we go again into a little bit more details that I think I've covered already on that slide, but make sure that for long-term client success, you can segment the new contacts so you know who you've just met and you can send them a very personalized message, making them feel a little bit special that they've met you at the event, and then you're looking to follow up. But also nurture all of your leads with your email campaign and share that content that you've created for the event. And very much here, just we'll share the link to the recording, so you can come back and read the slides. I'm going through a little bit quicker because I appreciate that we want to get you back at your desks, but there is a lot that can be done through an email marketing campaigns. I'm a strong believer that emails are not dead if done correctly. If you spam your customers and you send them 10 emails a day, no one's gonna open them again. But if you have content they're interested in, content that really provides value to where they are in the buyer's journey, at that point you can really have some engagement. So as we said, starting with a nice message, thanking them for visiting your booth, and then you know what challenges they might be addressing, send them some more information, and then continue to nurture them. Send them some good, all of the content you've created, all of the content I'm sure you have on your website. They might not have seen it. If you put it in front of them, you'll get some really good engagement. And videos can be included in emails as well. It might just need to be a link to your website, but don't shy away from using videos as well. And again, digital assets you created at the event, articles, speakers and demo, highlight what you guys were doing. All of this could actually be very interesting content to reshare on social media, but also, we talk about email marketing here, but post-event social media marketing can be just as powerful. So reach out to them on LinkedIn, connect with them on LinkedIn, maybe the ones that are a little bit further in the decision-making process, send them a nice message, and then start that conversation, continue that conversation. The more media you use, I think, again, going back to Hootsuite, I said at the beginning, we spend 2.5 hours on social media, but those 2.5 hours are actually split between an average of 4 different platforms. So don't hesitate to reach out by email, but also a LinkedIn message. You don't know, people might be interacting with them at different times and then have a different mindset. So there is no harm. As I said, don't spam, but I think a nice little email is always welcome. Perfect. Before we close, I just wanted to say we were hoping to share with you some actionable takeaways, but I also just wanted to mention that at IBT Online, the programs that we've designed and we shared at the beginning, our online global programs, are very much designed to also support with something as important as trade show. So we have listed here just some of the benefits of our programs, being found, understood, and be easy to business with, grow your traffic, increase your engagement and your conversion, but also generate export leads, build and nurture that pipeline. So these are some of the elements that are key to your trade show strategy and that our programs have been designed to cover as well. So we are dedicated to helping small businesses grow your export, your sales, your brand and your business. And we are here to help in whether it's trade show, whether you're looking at your website, whether you're looking at your long-term event strategy. We'd love to have that conversation. We'd love to be a helping hand. So I just wanted to open one last poll before we let you send us your final question, just to see if there is anyone that will spark some interest today. If you'd like for us to be in touch, I've put here about the online global program, but this could very much be, how can we help you with your trade show strategy? How can we help you maximize your return on investment for your domestic and international events? But also we can take a broader approach, how can we help you grow your export sales, brand and business? And I can see some very good, I think our team is going to be busy. I can see a few people that are asking to be contacted. So that is excellent. We look forward to being in touch over the next couple of days to set something up. And I can see you guys are still responding. I'm very pleased to see we still have a fair few of you online after having gone a little bit over the timing. So I'm just going to close this poll for now. And on the very last slides, we just wanted to, again, share some key takeaway before, during, and post. They just look at your return on investment, prepare, get your website and your marketing ready, and then don't forget to follow up, because it's just as important as your prep and what you're doing at the event. And I know we ran through the last section. I am sorry, I hope this wasn't too bad, but we just wanted to say a very big thank you to everyone that joined us today. Big thank you, Ava, for joining me today. Fantastic to hear all about videos. And here is our contact details. We have a ton of resources on the website as well. Feel free to go and check them out at ibt.onl. I can see that we've had a few questions come in. As we said, we'll do our best to respond to you as quickly as possible, or we'll also be sharing the recording for today's webinar over the next 2 business days, to keep an eye on your emails. And we're very much looking forward to any questions that you have, and for those people that have requested to receive more information, we look forward to further conversations. But for now, we wish you a very good afternoon, and thank you again for having joined us. Thank you, Eva. We'll see you all at the next webinar.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.